gorgeous. I recently had something come over me where I wanted a Chanel flat bag. Please excuse my appearance. I literally just woke up. The maintenance guy woke me up and I couldn't go back to sleep. I'm having my coffee, charging my phone so I can work out and listen to YouTube videos, watching Cassie Thorpe. Something came over me where all of a sudden I'm very interested in a Chanel flat. A black double Chanel flap classic with silver hardware is what I'm looking for. I love looking ice cold, so I love silver hardware. I love white gold, I love silver. I don't know, just something all of a sudden. I've never been really interested, you know what, excuse me, incorrect. I've been interested in it and I had a bunch of fake ones at one point and I was like, what am I doing with all these fakes? And I know that they're fake, so I felt like I was lying to myself, and they're really cheap. They're like 50 bucks each on DHgate. I had them years ago. I thought, why am I doing this? So I stopped wearing them because I was so embarrassed and I just had them in my closet and I would look at them. That was young me in my early 20s. Interestingly enough, I could afford it and I did end up buying multiple designer bags. But this was the very, very early days Gia discovering designer. I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't know anything about Chanel. I just liked the colors, the fashion, the fun that came with it. I wasn't really signaling status, but I liked that it came with status. But my first and foremost priority was the fashion because I got them in crazy colors. Anyway, I've never been interested in them until now, again, but obviously a real one because a Chanel flap is very specific and it's really easy to tell fakes. I don't care if something is fake. If someone has a dupe or a fake, dupes are when they're not branded. There's no label on the inside pretending to be Valentino. Fakes are trying to replicate the actual brand. Dupes are Amazon. I really don't care if people wear dupes or fakes, and I don't care because people just love fashion or they want to signal the status. They love the prestige that it comes with, and brands built that. And also, ever since the whole incident blew up, I feel like no matter where you go, someone is getting exploited when it comes to whether it's fast fashion, whether it's designer. And designer essentially became, luxury mainstream designers became fast fashion. Not all of them, but a lot of the really big names that are very mainstream. The very, very, very big Wertheimer Brothers, Kering brands, things like this. I'm looking right now and I'm making a list. I'm making a blog post with all the links so that you guys can see. I'm trying to find Chanel flat bags for $4,000 or less, $6,000 pushing it. And I'll also have the pricing linked in so you can see. I was browsing through, saw bags, especially the newly released ones, because I'm pretty sure someone got it as a gift or someone can afford to have the designer bags, or they just don't want it. They bought it and then they realized, oh, I'm not using it. People are just getting rid of their bags, even if they're new, excellent or gifted condition. They could be stolen for all I know. So anyway, they're at $11,000, all the newer designs, which is insane that Chanel has gone up this much ever since COVID, because they're trying to not rebrand, but restructure themselves, kind of like Hermes. It's one of those brands that's very, very up there, mainstream, coveted. I'm sick and tired of Hermes because of Instagram. Everyone and their mom has a Firkin. Oh my word. Nothing's wrong with that. It's just, it's so everywhere. But so is the Chanel flat bag. So I saw these bags at $11,000. The newer ones, and they're on Fashion File. I'm on Fashion File. I'm not looking at other places because I feel like Fashion File, in my experience, I've purchased designer from Fashion File. All these totes, Tom Ford, Chanel, they have passed through my closet in and out. I was browsing and I saw, oh, $6,000. That's not bad. And I had to snap myself back into reality and say, Gia, what are you doing? Stop. $6,000 for a bag right now is not wise. If I had money to burn, I would get all the colors that I like. The placement, the elevation of where we are in our environment. So say if we're in a place that $11 is the most that we'll spend, we'll say, oh, $12 is expensive. Why are you overcharging me? Or if you're in a really nice area with ambiance and it's built to make you feel expensive, then you automatically, your threshold, the goalpost moves higher. And you're thinking, oh, $6,000, that's not bad, because everything else is so much more expensive. It's crazy, the psychology behind that. So I made a blog post of Chanel bags. I'm also making structured coats, wool and cashmere blend for $300 and under $300. I will spend $600, $700 on a coat. And one day, not right now, no, I still would even now, but I'm trying to be financially responsible more. So you're not gonna see me purchasing what I think are ridiculous things yet. If I do spend a ridiculous amount, like my threshold right now is like, okay, $700, that's a lot. $600 I can deal with, I can internalize, and I can say, this is worth it because you guys know I love good quality. I don't BS. I don't mess around when it comes to good quality, and it lasts me a lifetime. So I don't bother with that. My Chanel bag, the one that I bought, I believe I bought it used for $7,000. Or sorry, $700. This was less than 7 years ago now, probably six or 5 years ago. Yeah, something like that. And now for resale, it is like $2,200 for the matte condition that it, considering that it's not like pristine excellent. It's good condition, but it's not, what do you call, excellent or newer gifted. And I was thinking of getting the newer excellent, and I think I could have resold it by the way that it is. And I don't use it a lot because it has giant CCs on it, and I'm afraid I'm gonna get robbed, especially when I'm out by myself. Is when I like to dress up. My sweetheart is always working. I'm always out with my girls or by myself, so I'm afraid. This has happened to me on several occasions here in Los Angeles where I've been mugged or I've been chased to my car and I'm trying to open my car and I'm panicking. I just wanted to know what you guys think about Chanel and their strategy to uplift themselves. I feel like they're trying to keep the exclusivity, but the secondhand market is where the bags are becoming even more expensive as opposed to going into the store. So I'm thinking I should just go visit a store, ask, hey, what's the price? This is my budget. I'm working with this. Do you have any styles like this? So I think I'm gonna do that from now on. It's really annoying when I go to a store and I wanna see something in person, but the selection of the things I want aren't there. So I have to call ahead like a butt, and I have to park, and I have to really spend time. When you're making a purchase, it really is an investment, especially in Los Angeles, because everything is always sold out. You come there and you're wasted your time sitting in traffic, gas, and finding parking, and the parking is expensive. I like to valet sometimes. If I'm not valeting, I'll use the parking structure, but I will just valet at this point because I don't care. But I rather save the time because I can afford to right now. I'm always making sure that I can afford to have valet, but I also want to be smart, and now I have to be more strategic because I want to buy things that I can wear forever. I'm also thinking the resale value on this, I rather just give my things away. End of story. So if I have a friend whom I absolutely adore, or if one day when I have a daughter, just save it for her, save it for my granddaughter. But I'm also thinking, how much storage will I have in my new apartment? This doesn't make sense. None of this makes sense. You have to really think ahead when you make a purchase. It's so much more. You're spending way more than you think. You're not just spending $4,000 on this bag. All this time, all this research, the storage in future. You're losing money if you don't use it, technically speaking. If you just stare at it in your closet. It's one thing if you have it as a masterpiece and you adore it every day. That's fine. If you're forgetting about the bag, you're not even using the things in your closet. That's a whole other waste of space, waste of time. And I can't believe it! Where was I going with this? I have a lot to think about. I'm going crazy shopping. I am going ham with designer. I'm going ham with clothes, good quality silk, wool. I'm talking to my tailors again. A lot of custom and bespoke things being made. Also looking at a seamstress near me to see if they can fit me into my clothes that I already have better, so I can get more use out of them, because I wear flats more than ever before because I'm running errands during the day. I don't wear makeup during the day. I feel fabulous, and I feel also my healthiest and my most confident this way. My trousers don't fit. I'm very short. I'm 5'2". Everything is dragging on the floor when I wear flats. When I wear heels, I can't believe I used to wear stilettos to work. It was appropriate because I worked in Beverly Hills at a plastic surgery center back in the day, years ago. All the clients who had way more money than me, way more money to spend, way more money saved, I'm sure. They were very, very well off, and I was the one who was showing up every day, head to toe Chanel, head to toe Balenciaga. I didn't wear a lot of Fendi. I wore a couple things that were Fendi, but I wore a lot of Chanel. I had a really big Chanel phase in that time. I was more for the trendy Dior things because I had no idea what I was doing. I just wanted to look pink and tweed and cute and fun. I want to disappear. I want to blend in. I want to conserve my energy so that I can be in good energy for the people I care about. My life is very different now, and it makes me think, when I purchase something, how will it look in the next 5 years? 7 years have passed. It's almost been a decade. The way that I view fashion is so different. Now it's more timeless, but I feel like that's a good foundation only, but you still have to have color, mix things up, and have personality, be wild in a character and crazy who you are, express it. For me, I'm the kind of person where if I have a coat, I did this with my coats when I had them custom made, and with my bags, they would be very neutral on the outside, but you open them up and the lining is crazy with my initials in it. I never shared it, but other people noticed in person when I wore them to my office. They saw, it's kind of like Louboutin. The red bottoms, they look like classic shoes, elegant, go with absolutely everything. But then you look on the bottom and you know, oh, that's fun, you know, things like that. I like that. It's just for you. Special. Something else is if you purchase these designer items for much less, that are thousands of dollars, I think at this point, this is when it's okay to go to the cobbler. Cobblers will take the bag apart, restructure it if the damage is that bad, and it'll cost you hundreds of dollars, but it's still way better than spending $7,000. Where I found this bag right now. It's $3,300. You bring it to the cobbler, and then that bag is gonna be worth $7,000. Just because you spent a few $100s, probably $300, $400, $500 on fixing it, your investment goes up, which is crazy. It never even crossed my mind until right now. At one point during my Chanel phase, I really wanted to design jackets. It's not an easy job, and I had my sewing machine, I had all the materials. I was really excited, but it was a lot of work, and I felt very stressed out because I didn't have the emotional support at the time that I needed, the encouragement, which is a huge deal for me. So anyway, the last business where I had to call the police on my boss, I'll have that vlog linked below. I'll get more into this story in a bit. The last business I was in, she sold resell luxury bags, and I was thinking I want to learn some basic skills about being a cobbler, not necessarily become a cobbler, full mastery, full apprenticeship, but I want to learn some things, and I want to create relationships with all the cobblers in my area in Beverly Hills, all the really good ones. I was thinking about doing this as a business where I find bags that are wholesale, find deformed designer bags and resell them, put the money into them, but do them immaculately. Be the go-to person for this because no one else is doing it. Some people do it, but like for personal reasons, not for as a business. I was thinking about doing this because I know exactly where to get all the vintage bags, essentially wholesale, all the luxury designer bags, especially the ones that fly off the shelves. And since that last business, she was trying to kind of gatekeep, and it was really easy to figure out. So when you're me, you will find a way and nobody can stop you. I was thinking about doing that, and I want to know what you guys think. I wouldn't do it full time, probably end up doing it for my own bags and then resell it and make money for myself. I really love fashion. Every time I shop, I want to wear things for a very long time. So I'm thinking about doing that with the bags I rarely use. So let me know what you think.
I'll look at you and say 나를 봐봐 in my craze 조금 더 망설이지 마. Alright.
Hello gorgeous. Mia was back for one day in town. She still has her place here, but she's studying really hard and I want her to focus on school. I have a blog post of all the things we did linked below so that you can see what we ordered, all the in-depth reviews, even more photos of the food because wow. I could eat for 2 or 3 more days with the leftovers alone. Everything was under $200. That's not including the tip. So I was really happy. And these are all affordable things that you can do on a budget. She's paying for school. I'm paying for my business. I'm paying a lot of people to help me. Before we had an endless budget. We have a long list of a bunch of things that we need to do and wanted to do for a very long time. It's hard to chip away at that list because there are so many new things popping up in Los Angeles. However, we're also buckling down and focusing on the things we want to do, encouraging each other to dream bigger and do the things. I have a Revolve haul coming up. I'm literally wearing one of the coats. You can see the coats here in the view, but I have 3 hauls coming up so far. Might have a 4th one coming soon because I need trousers. So the first one's gonna be Revolve coats. Second are Gap Factory and Banana Republic elegant basic tops that are incredibly made, good quality, super comfortable. very elegant. I'm gonna style them for you, babe. The next, bodysuits from Fashion Nova, because I really love bodysuits. I love something slinky, but I'm finding a lot of bodysuits to be $200 to $300. They're made from the same manufacturers, the same warehouse. It's just a markup in the price for the brands, which is crazy to me. Sometimes even the quality is a little bit better in Fashion Nova, I have to say. I have tried them out in person.
to get to know ya. 이미 시작된 걸.
Otherwise, I also had a spa day. This is really interesting. So let me know in the comments below what you think. I was at the med spa today. It's an Asian med spa. I used to actually work at an Asian plastic surgery center, but this place was very, very Asian, where they didn't really speak too much English, which is fine. They spoke English perfectly, but you can tell all their clientele are one ethnicity. And so that's perfectly fine. That doesn't bother me. I look kind of similar to their features, so they get it. I was trying to get rid of my jelly roll because it closes my eyes when I smile. I look like straight up Jackie Chan sometimes, or Jim Carrey. And I want to be more open when I smile. So I got jelly roll and then 5 units here because I still like to express myself, but it looks a little bit more not tired. It looks expressive. So there's a little difference. Same thing for gray hair. There's dignified gray, then there's sad gray. So you take care of yourself. You always take care of your hair. When you get old, your hair looks good when it's gray as well. So same with your skin. And I'm not encouraging anybody, disclaimer, to go get Botox. This is just me. This is how I like to look because my eyes are really uneven. I have ptosis. It's genetic. My dad had it. Anyway, that's not for a very, very long time. They say catch it early though, because it's much harder to deal with in surgery to see you closer to be what you want to look like. But also the skin is not as elastic. Anyway. At the Korean spa, the lady was fighting me because she said, you don't need to get jelly roll. Your eyes are gorgeous that way. And so it made me think of the East Asian beauty standards because that's what they like. They want to highlight it and they put makeup underneath their jelly roll and it looks cute when they smile. However, in the West, like Kim Kardashian, she also does this as well. I noticed because she looks more Western, where before she looked more Middle Eastern. She looked like Jafar in the best way. I'm just kidding, but she looked like Princess Jasmine from Aladdin. I love Kim Kardashian, by the way. I'm an LA girl. I'm from the Valley, by the way. She westernized her face and she was really fighting me. I had to fight her and I had to convince her. She said on my chart, because I didn't get jelly roll from there before, I got it at another place in Beverly Hills. I had to prove it to her on my email. She said, we don't have it on your chart that you have jelly roll, so I'm not going to suggest that you continue with this because your eyes look fine. You can barely see them because mine aren't as strong as other East Asians. So I thought, you know what? Should I get it at another place? She said, yeah, you should get it at another place. I convinced her. I showed her in my emails. I've had it before. She said, oh, it's been 7 months since you last had it. Okay, we'll do it. I thought, this is so annoying. I'm paying for this service. I know that you're recommending something I have the proof, but also I was really annoyed because I had to fight her. It's not like I was asking her for something that was triple M boobs or something. They would say, you have back pain, you are 5'2.5". But I don't know, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you think that she was right? I think in the general sense, yes, don't do anything to your body in general. She even said, oh, you don't want to freeze your forehead? And I said, no, like this is the one thing that I want to be natural where I can still express myself. I just want a little bit so it's not too much damage in the future and I can maintain it. Anyway, I'm gonna briefly go through all the places we went to. The first was Hojokban. We didn't have a reservation, walk in, bars are open. However, it wasn't open right away because we arrived at 4:30, but we went to Cafe Knotted, had dessert first, was wonderful. I ordered 7 different things, was less than $30, but I put a big tip because the lady was working so hard. She was so kind, respectful. The place is quiet but comfortable, elegant but still young and fun. Next was Hojokban. I could eat for 2 or 3 more days after that. Food was amazing. It was really fatty, which I like. I like that in my meats. I like the fats in my meats, okay? So don't get this twisted. The food was so freaking good, especially it's hot. It was very an elevated experience. It was very refined. Contemporary design, contemporary music, soft R&B and K-R&B in Korean. As the night went on, it was a little bit of rap music, but it wasn't aggressive and it wasn't super loud that you have to scream over each other. It was really relaxed and the service was immaculate. Everything tasted impeccable and I would definitely go back. There are so many things I would go back there for. Cafe Knotted, I would go back for the matcha basque cheesecake. You can't miss that. We've been trying to go to Knotted for a while, but every time we do several places to eat before we go, even if we're in the area, there's one in Century City where we always go shopping. If you've seen our shopping vlogs, which we frequent quite a bit. The last place was Soho West Hollywood where we had some herbal tea because I had to unclasp my jeans, you guys. This is why I don't wear jeans, they're so stiff. I was so full. Both of us were full. Anyway, so Mia went back. I have a ton of haul that I can't wait to show you. So subscribe, click the bell, tell all your friends, watch us several thousand times. It's 100% free. And I'll see you later.